How should officers be held accountable? Good question. Certainly, in light of everything that's happening today, I completely understand. We need a lot of change right now, and the things that we do, the way we train officers, we need to take a hard look at it. We need to change. So let's approach it from this perspective. First, the question I'm being asked is, how should officers be held accountable to police brutality? First, let's define brutality. It's a very subjective word. The very nature of using force, any force, which we expect from police officers, is going to be brutal. I can tell you that watching anybody use force, even if we expect that force to be happening, is going to hurt someone, and it's going to look brutal, even if it's in the defense of somebody. So let me answer it two ways. The first way, if an officer uses force, not just brutal force, but any force on anyone that was complying, doing what they were being told to do, and they pose no threat to anybody, then that officer should be criminally charged, just like we do with anybody else out there in our community. They don't have the right to use force, any force, if somebody's doing what they're told and they pose no threat. Let's look at the second way. The second, we have an unwilling person. They're not doing what we're asking them to do. If they're not complying, and force was necessary, we had to do something to get them to comply, then we need to look at it, was it appropriate? When most of us get together and look at this and we say, come on, was that appropriate or was it excessive? So when we look at an officer, we have to decide if it was appropriate, it wasn't, it was excessive. We could do anything from time off without pay to termination. It doesn't meet the standard of the previous, where if they do something to someone that was complying, that's criminal. So that's how we deal with force when we look at officers. You first break it down to, was it necessary or was it excessive?